I already streamed.
We can start now, Prabhu?
Yes, Madhu.
Om Agyana Timirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Darati Swapadantikam Vanchakalpatarubhayascha Kripasindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah. Anantakoti Vaishnavindi Ki Jai. So, yeah. So today we are reading from Canto 3, Chapter 17, verses 18 and 19. Prajapatir Nama Tayor Akarshid Yah Prak Swadeha Yam Yor Ajayat Tam Ve Hiranya Kashipum Viduh Praja Yam Tam Hiranyaksham Asuta Sagrataha. Prajapati Kashyapa Nama names Tayo of the two Akarshit gave Yahu Prak first Swadehat from his body, Yamayo of the twins, Ajayata was delivered, Tam him where indeed, Hiranyakashipu Viduhu no, Prajaha people, Yam whom, Tam him, Hiranyaksha, Asuta gave birth to, Sa she Diti, Agrataha first. Translation. Kashyapa Prajapati, the creator of the living entities, gave his twin sons their names. The one who was born first he named Hiranyaksha, and the one who was conceived by Diti he named Hiranyakashipu. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. There is an authoritative Vedic literature called Pinda Siddhi, in which the scientific understanding of pregnancy is very nicely described. It is stated that when the male secretion enters the menstrual flux in the uterus in the two successive drops, the mother develops two embryos in her womb. And she brings forth twins in a reverse order to that in which they were first conceived. The child conceived first is born later, and the one conceived later is brought forth first. The first child conceived in the womb lives behind the second child. So when birth takes place, the second child appears first, and the first child appears second. In this case, it is understood that Hiranyaksha, the second child conceived, was delivered first, whereas Hiranyakashipu, the child who was behind him, having been conceived first, was born second. Verse 19. Chakre Hiranyakashipu Darbhoyam Brahma Varena cha Vashe sa palal lokams trim Akuto Mrityur Uddhataha. Chakre made Hiranyakashipu, Dorbhyam by his two arms, Brahma Varena by the benediction of Brahma, Cha and Vashe under his control, Sa Palan along with their protectors, Lokan, the words, Trin, three, Akuta Mrityu, fearing death from no one, Uddhata, puffed up. Translation. The elder child Hiranyakashipu was unafraid of death from anyone within the three worlds because he received a benediction from Lord Brahma. He was proud and puffed up due to his benediction and was able to bring all three planetary systems under his control. Purport by Srila Prabhupada, as will be revealed in later chapters, Hiranyakashipu underwent severe austerity and penance to satisfy Brahma and thus receive a benediction of immortality. Actually, it is impossible even for Lord Brahma to give anyone the benediction of becoming immortal. But indirectly, Hiranyakashipu received a benediction that no one within this material world would be able to kill him. In other words, because he originally came from the abode of Vaikuntha, he was not to be killed by anyone within this material world. The Lord desired to appear himself to kill him. One may be very proud of his material advancement in knowledge, but he cannot be immune to the four principles of material existence, namely birth, death, old age, and disease. It was the Lord's plan to teach people that even Hiranyakashipu, who was so powerful and strongly built, could not live more than his destined duration of life. One may become as strong and puffed up as Hiranyakashipu and bring under his control all the three worlds, but there is no possibility of continuing life eternally or keeping the conquered booty forever. So many emperors have ascended to power and they are now lost in oblivion. That is the history of the world. So,
Mataji, your laptop, just screen, I think, move little back, Mataji. You can just move forward. Camera.
okay. 1 second. It's not coming full. Is it okay now, Prabhu? Prabhu, since only we two are here, so do we still want to speak or we
It's up
can
to you,
just...
Mataji. It's recording in case if somebody joins.
Mm. Okay.
Whatever you prepared, you can share.
Okay. So I was thinking, Prabhu, is it okay if we can just have a discussion kind of?
Sure, Mataji. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, that would be good. So Prabhu, when I was like reading this verse, I was thinking of pride, and I was thinking in what ways pride is harmful for us. Why is it bad? Why the scriptures say that pride is not good, detrimental? So I could come up with 2, 3 reasons, Prabhu, and maybe you can tell me more. I thought that when we are pride, we become.
What is that you're saying, Mataji? Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you now, Prabhu. Yeah, I was
Yeah.
not able to hear you earlier.
So what is that you said, Mataji? Sorry.
About the pride, Prabhu. Like
Okay.
why the pride is bad? Because here, Srila Prabhupada is saying like here, Hiranyakashipu was very proud. And Srila Prabhupada, and because of pride, Hiranyakashipu he was proud and puffed up due to this benediction and was able to bring all three planetary systems under his control. And in purport, Srila Prabhupada is saying one may be very proud of his material advancement in knowledge, but he cannot be immune to the four principles of material existence, namely birth, death, old age, and disease. So I was thinking on the pride, that why pride is bad for us. I was thinking
You're asking that?
yes, Prabhuji, yeah, as a discussion. Yeah.
Sorry. Okay. No, when pride is bad because we will not accept any authority, right? So we will act on our own, knowing that
Yes.
I know, or I know I am control, or whatever it is, the part of for which we are proud. We don't accept somebody higher than us, right? To correct us if we are making a mistake, right?
Yes.
So then we are going to fall into the ditch. Right?
Yes.
So,
Yeah. So first is we don't accept a higher authority and do whatever we want to. And I was thinking that when we are proud, we become we hurt other people, and we become insensitive to other person's feelings. And there are a few more things I wrote down. And what happens when we are proud, we hurt others, and I think we hurt ourselves also, being proud, because then we cannot take the any positive feedback, means negative feedback positively, and get hurt means not able to accept our own mistakes because of pride, and become arrogant.
Yes.
And the other thing I was thinking, the pride is like it's very subtle. We cannot see it ourselves. We cannot see ourselves that we are proud. And but for other person, it's very prominent. It's like a huge spot on the cheek or anywhere, like cheek on our face. Like we cannot see that there is spot, but other person will not see any other good things in our face, will only see the black spot. I was listening to Shri Gurudev's lecture, and he was saying that pride destroys all the good qualities that we have in us. So even if we have any good quality, but the moment we get pride, with all the good qualities are naturally destroyed. Let's say someone is very intelligent, like at work, someone is very smart and intelligent, doing things very nicely. But if that person is humble, then it's very nice. But if that person is proud, no one sees that that person is intelligent. They just get irritated by the other person, that that person is so proud, doesn't even understand other person's feelings. So the pride actually destroys all the good qualities in us. So that's why I thought of like speaking on the pride, Prabhu, here.
Yes, ma'am.
And I thought I'll just share a few of my realizations, Prabhu, and you also share your realizations. And I was, it's like Srimad Bhagavatam is a step-by-step guide for us to take us out of this material world and take us inside the spiritual world. And but one of the obstacles, the Srimad Bhagavatam speaks about the obstacles also. Like it tells us how to navigate through our life very carefully. And one of the obstacles is pride. One of the huge obstacle is pride. And like here, from this verse, we can see that although Hiranyakashipu got his all the boon, like he got all, it is written very clearly. The elder child Hiranyakashipu was unafraid of death from anyone within the three worlds. And why he was unafraid? Was he very powerful or anything? It is said that because he received a benediction from Lord Brahma. So it was not Hiranyakashipu's quality, internal inherent quality. He received this benediction from Brahmaji that he will be like very powerful, and somehow he made himself very immune to death, tried as best as possible. So it's like in one of lectures, Indradona Maharaj said that there is a saying, we should not be proud of borrowed plumes. So previously, like long time back, when people did not have good clothes, they would borrow the clothes from some shop or something to go to the party. And in the older times here, here in like America, they used to put the feather also. They used to call it plumes. They would borrow the plumes, big plumes, and go. So they would borrow plumes and go to the place, borrow the dress and the plumes. But we have to be careful. The plumes that we have borrowed, anyway, we have to return it. The plumes does not belong to us. So that is why there is a saying that one should not be proud of the plumes one has borrowed. And here, Hiranyakashipu naturally, like he got the benediction from Brahmaji, but he became very proud. And I would read what Krishna says about pride and demoniac culture, demoniac people. So I was reading this Bhagavad Gita in 16th chapter, actually. 1 second. 16th chapter. In the first 3 verses, Krishna is describing the good qualities, the qualities of the saintly people. And the 4th verse, Krishna starts the qualities of demoniac. And guess what? Demoniac qualities start with dambha, pride. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Pride, arrogance, conceit, anger, harshness, and ignorance. These qualities belong to those of demoniac nature, O son of Pritha. So in purport, Srila Prabhupada is saying one line that says it all. In this verse, the royal road to hell is described. So, and as we can say, the pride is the first quality that is mentioned. And text 5 says, text 5, yeah, the transcendental qualities are conductive to liberation, whereas the demoniac qualities make for bondage. So, like pride is not good for both, likewise, the devotees and non-devotees. And Krishna does not like pride in his devotees, and he make all the arrangements to remove the pride from his devotees. And in the Mana Shiksha, so here in the text 4, pride is the first quality mentioned in the demoniac people. And in Mana Shiksha, text Mana Shiksha is by Raghunath Das Goswami. And in Mana Shiksha, the first verse, it says, "Oh dear brother, oh mind, having given up all pride." So first thing is that devotees have to give up this pride. Oh dear brother, oh mind, having given up all pride, please develop unprecedented and excessive attachment to Sri Guru, to Sri Vrindavan, the abode of cows, to the devotees of Vrindavan, to the devotee residents of Vrindavan, to all the devotees on this planet, to the confidential mantra given by Sri Guru, to the holy names of Sri Radha and Krishna, and to the process of surrendering to the fresh youthful couple of Vraja. Holding your feet, I beseech you with sweet words. So pride is the first thing, actually, that Raghunath Das Goswami is asking for us to give up. And as we talked, why pride is bad. So the pride is bad. First of all, this is for everyone, not only for devotees. So pride is bad, as I was discussing, we were discussing, I and Prabhu earlier. As Prabhu said that when someone is proud, one does not take the authority. And that then one does whatever one wants to, like in case of Hiranyakashipu. And other ways the pride is not good is we hurt other people. If we are proud, we hurt other people without even realizing that we are hurting. And we are not sensitive to other person's feelings, cannot see things as they are because we are really clouded or maddened by the pride. And we naturally become arrogant. And for a devotee, as the Manashiksha said, like if we have pride, the devotion to Krishna, the goddess of devotion, Bhakti Devi, will not enter our heart. And uh, when surprisingly, when we are proud, we hurt others, which is natural, but we hurt ourselves also. Because when we are proud, we do not take criticism, or we cannot take negative, constructive feedback positively. We get angry when someone gives it to us. And yep, there was one more thing I was remembering about pride and I forgot. So, but yeah, those are the things I can think of the pride, about the pride. If anyone else has any other point that why pride is bad for us, please let me know.
Pride makes us to not to think, Mataji. We'll lose our intelligence and we'll yeah, that's what my point is.
Can you say that again, Mataji?
Pride makes to lose our intelligence.
Yes. Yes, true, Mataji. Yes, it makes us lose our intelligence, and then we cannot that time, if and when we lose our intelligence, we cannot see what is right or wrong, and then we behave in a demoniac manner without knowing what is right, what is wrong.
Yeah, we lose that capability to differentiate what is good and bad. Yeah.
Yes, Mataji, thank you.
Thank you, Mataji.
And the funny thing is that pride is so subtle. As I was talking with Prabhu in the beginning, we cannot see pride entering in our heart, and we cannot see the pride within ourselves, but the other person sees that first in us. So it's like it can be compared to some mole, big mole, or some spot, black spot on our cheeks that we cannot see, but the other person will not see anything in us but that black mole. So the pride, basically, it destroys all the good qualities in us. And that's why Krishna does not like pride in his devotees. And as we were discussing earlier, that when Krishna is mentioning the qualities of the demoniacs, the pride is the first quality Krishna mentions. And in Manashiksha, Srila Raghunath Das Goswami, when he's in his first verse, the first thing he's saying is having given up all pride. That is the first thing we need to give up, pride, in order to enter the devotion, path of devotion. So then, and as we were saying, that it destroys all the good qualities. And but how do the pure devotees? I was just listening to Srila Gurudev's lecture, and he was saying then that how do the pure devotees then remain free from pride? And one of the reasons he says is param drishtva nivartante. That means they achieve the higher taste. They achieve the taste of devotion to Krishna. So then pride doesn't touch them. Yeah. And and also, that is one thing, devotees have achieved the higher taste, and other way devotees are not touched by pride is they pray to Krishna. And one of the example is Brahmaji, Lord Brahma. So Lord Brahma is the first living entity, most pious, because most pious living entity becomes Brahmaji. And very intelligent. He's the first engineer, and he's the chief of the demigods, exalted devotee. But still, he always prays to Krishna. And there is one prayer from Lord Brahma. And his prayer is, Supreme Lord, personality of Godhead, is always a benefactor to surrendered souls. His activities are always enacted through his internal potency, Rama, goddess of fortune. I, Brahma, pray only to engage in his service of creation of material world, and I pray to not become materially affected of my work. Thus, I am able to give up my false prestige of being a creator. So, and that is what Srila Raghunath Das Goswami also mentions in Manashiksha, that by praying to the pure devotees, then the devotees can, the pure devotees, the generals of pure, the journals of devotees, they will like chase away the pride from our heart. And other thing is like, how should we deal with pride in our heart? So the first way can be to give the credit where it belongs to. And for that, one example is Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur and Gaurakishore Das Babaji. Gaurakishore Das Babaji is a spiritual master of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. And when there was a debate between for the Brahmanas and the Vaishnavas, that time Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he spoke. And when he spoke, he got the standing ovation. Everyone wanted to touch his feet or take the dust from his lotus feet. And Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he did not want, and he just immediately started going out, and the crowd parted like that. And before going, he gave his all the credit to his spiritual master, Srila Gaurakishore Das Babaji. Although Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he was a very, we know he was a great learned personality, and he was a very learned devotee, all the scriptures. And Srila Prabhupada said once that, what can I speak about my spiritual master? He's a Vaikuntha man. So now, and Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he never took the credit for himself. He always gave it to his spiritual master. And when Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur was getting out of that assembly and going out, he saw his spiritual master. He was sitting by the shoe stand where the slippers and shoes were kept, and he was just chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. And Arjuna, another example is Arjuna. And Krishna is teaching us through Arjuna, because when there is pride, Krishna doesn't like it, and he removes it from the devotee's heart. Arjuna does not have any pride at all. He's eternal associate of Krishna. He's eternal friend of Krishna. But Krishna just teaches us through his devotees. So when Krishna has left this planet, and Arjuna is coming back from Dwarka, and he was bringing the queens of Dwarka with him. Then just a few tribal men, they were not even fighting with arrows or swords or anything like that. They were just fighting with the sticks. And here is Arjuna with his Gandiva, where no one could stand before him when he's with his Gandiva. So now same Arjuna, when he was fighting with those bhil, he could not defeat them. And so, but it is just, I was reading in one of the purports of Srila Prabhupada, I do not remember for which verse it was. And Srila Prabhupada was saying that Krishna, at the time when it was the time for the Pandavas to leave this world, whatever was needed for them to do the service over here in this world. It was not needed to go to the spiritual world. So Krishna just took that away, and he just kept what was needed for them to go to the spiritual world. So Krishna, he removes the pride from the heart of his devotees, because Krishna doesn't like the pride in his devotees, and for all the good reasons, as we mentioned, how detrimental it is for actually everyone, devotees, non-devotees, likewise. And another way to avoid pride or deal with the pride is live a simple life. When we have nothing, then nothing to be proud of. But as Srila Prabhupada said, even beggar is proud of his penny. And but still, we can, if we try to live a simpler life, then it will be better. And then third way to deal with pride is always serve. Serve. And but when we are always serving, then it's hard to see ourselves as master. And fourth way is to deal with our pride is to put ourselves in a position where people don't see us as superior, but they see us as inferior. And one of the ways can be going out for Sankirtan, for the book distribution. And if we do not deal with our pride, then our fate can be like a mosquito. And that is a story where once there was a great king. He came from the war, and when he came back, he won the war. When he came back, the the people were cheering for him. And a great king, all glories to king. And there was one mosquito flying and landed on the lap of the king. And the mosquito started thinking that all the people are praising me. And he started going, yes, kind of. And then he became so happy that he's receiving so many glories that then one dung, we call it dung, sting, came out of the mosquito's mouth and stick the king. And immediately king killed the mosquito. So that's why we need to give the credit to where it belongs to our spiritual master, or sadhus, Vaishnavas, Krishna. And that way we can be saved from the pride. There was one more thing I wanted to mention, but I forgot. Maybe it will come up later. So if anyone has any points of discussions. Yes, now I remember. When the pride comes, our heart becomes hard. And when we give the credit to where we got it from, then we become grateful, and the gratitude makes our heart softer. And when our heart is soft, then the bhakti can enter in our heart. So I'll just stop. That's all I have. And I was wondering if anyone has any points to bring up, any comments or anything.
Hare Krishna Mataji. I was thinking about how pride makes one fall down from one's positions and destroys, the self-destruction, right? So I was thinking about Daksha, right?
Yes,
So,
yes, Prabhu. Yeah.
Yeah, what all he did, right, to Lord
Yes.
Shiva. So because of,
Yes.
yeah. Everyone has some capacity. But if one is proud of that capacity, it is. They're great people, but there are superiors, right? Still, he doesn't need to be proud of his. His greatness. If we see that way, Lord Brahma is the chief of the personalities in this on this planet, right? How much proud he can be compared to. If we want to be proud of our capacities or whatever, that we have, right? We are given. So, I mean, as soon as one understands that, I mean, then, I mean, it may help us to come out of the pride. But I was just remembering Daksha's case, Mataji. But yeah,
Yes.
unless one remembers that, okay, how that power came to that person, it's going to be
Mm.
difficult to, uh, I mean, being humble. So, I mean, in case of like Arjuna, I mean, he was
Mhm.
same personality, right? When he was talking about
Mm.
it, he
Yeah.
understands well that the power came from the Supreme Lord.
Yes. Yes, Prabhu. And Daksha's example is very good because of the pride, he insulted Lord Shiva. And he couldn't see the good qualities in Lord Shiva. And that is another thing, the pride, it makes us blind and we cannot see any good qualities in other person. We cannot see any good qualities. We cannot appreciate the other person. And if we do not appreciate the other person, I was thinking of another thing with this, like if we appreciate the good qualities in other person, then those good qualities, we can imbibe those good qualities. So if we are like, if we have closed our doors because of the pride, then we cannot see the good qualities in others. And Daksha was very proud of his beauty also. And then he ended up having a goat's face. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, in our case, I mean, when we are young, right? So we'll be able to do a lot of things. I mean, within our capacities, right? But as one body gets older, the same things one will not be able to do. I mean,
That's true.
the thought process, I mean, the thinking power, or the physical capacity, everything gets deteriorated, right? I mean, it
Yes.
was given. So, I mean, if one is proud of it, then it's going to be, I mean, nothing can. So, anyway, I was just thinking about. Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhu. Yeah, that's true. Because with old age, we cannot do what we were able to do earlier.
So the another point I was thinking about outside the pride, I mean, in the I think verse or purport, Prabhupada is talking about how I mean the actually it go with Vedic system goes by conceivement, right? I mean
Yes,
Hiranyaksha.
that was amazing. Yes, Prabhu. Yeah.
Generally in the modern world we think whoever is born is the elder. So, but
Right.
whoever is the one who is the elder.
That's
Right?
true, Prabhu. Like in generally we say if in twins, if someone is born even 1 minute early, 2 minutes early, that is the elder person, elder brother or sister. And here it is just even I was thinking of the same thing. It is just so amazing, so scientifical. It is mentioned that the first one that is conceived is behind, and second one is in the front. So when the delivery happens, the one that was conceived later comes out first, and one who was conceived earlier comes out later. It's very scientific. Yes, Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna,
All
Hare
glories to
Krishna.
Srila Prabhupada.
Prabhu, all glories to Srila Prabhupada and Srila Gurudev.
Mataji, I had one doubt. The way you were all explaining about the pride. All the qualities are coming from Krishna, right? Anything comes, it's all we are, because we are part and parcel of Krishna. Everything, whether anger, etc., whatever we have, it is all coming from Krishna. I'm thinking, if you can correct me. And where is the pride? And what is that? How did Krishna exhibit the pride in it? I'm just, wondering.
I think Krishna's pride is also worshipable, Prabhu. I there is Govinda. I was reading Govinda Lilamrita, and there is one prayer by Srila Rupa Goswami. I wish I will have to go and get it. Otherwise, I will send that prayer, Prabhu, in the group chat. So there, Srila Rupa Goswami is worshipping the pride in Shri Radha and Krishna. Yeah. But our
sometimes I understand that if you see, read Bhagavad Gita, look, especially the 10th chapter. he says that Krishna says, I am this, I am this, I am this. It's too much pride, right? The person who listens first time, "Arey, kya bol raha hai?" It's like too much. Krishna is talking about so much. Is that the pride? I was just wondering.
It's actually, I think Amrendra, I was listening to Amrendra Prabhu's one lecture, and he was exactly mentioning this. And he was saying that, let's say if someone goes to a company and looking for a vice president, or
Yeah.
president of the company, right? CEO of the company. And he's asking every person, are you are you the president? Are you the president? Are you the president? So the finally president comes and saves that person from asking so many questions and says that, okay, I'm the president. What do you want? So Amrendra Prabhu was saying that's how Krishna is saying in Bhagavad Gita that, I'm this, I'm that.
Yeah. So in connection to all this, so what's the problem if I have pride? It's a question. So it's coming from Krishna. So why should you not have pride?
Yes, Prabhu. That's true. Actually, the pride is, it becomes bad. There are like, in Hindi, we have two words, ghamand and garv. So, garv is like if we are, our proud is properly situated. Garv, that, okay, I'm proud of my spiritual master. I'm proud of Krishna. But I think, correct me wrong, Prabhu, it becomes bad when we become proud and become hurtful to others. Then it causes issues. That's how I see. Because sometimes, if we take the example of Hitler, he was he used to call himself Aryan, and all the Germans as Aryans, these and Jews as lower people. And he thought, what was his conception? Hitler's conception was that only the capable generation should survive, and people who are lower should die, because the capable generation will bring the good population, and the lower generation will bring the bad population, and they don't deserve to survive. So it was because of that kind of pride he did that. He killed all the people.
So what I understand is the pride is there for everyone. It is there, but what happens is because of the false ego, the pride comes anyway.
Yes, Prabhu.
And then when we have that, I think you mentioned the heart becomes very hard, and then you lose the compassionate nature on others.
Hmm.
And so in that way, what will happen is nobody likes you, and then slowly the pride, coming to the devotional aspect, yes, that's the fall down, pride. But if you think about in general, the pride has to be there for certain aspect. The pride has to be there, otherwise it won't work. In the material world, some of them, if they're in a good position, and if they're I am very humble, him, whatnot. People will today. It's different. Definitely, will step on you. So for a certain
Yes.
degree, we should have pride. That's my understanding.
Yes, Prabhu.
Otherwise, it's very difficult.
Yes,
And
Prabhu.
you cannot survive in this world.
Yeah.
One aspect of understanding. Anyway, it's just a matter of discussion. Nothing is wrong. Nothing is right. Just a
That's
matter
true,
of
Prabhu.
discussion.
Yes. Yes, that's true, Prabhu.
Thank you, Mata.
Thank you, Prabhu. I was thinking of something and I forgot. When you were saying about the pride. Yeah, like as long as we have false ego, naturally the pride will be there. False ego is the seed of that, because we think we are doing things. But even in the material world, if there is hurtful pride, then it's not good. Like, for example, even when we are working in our group or in our office, and if someone is very intelligent, then if that person is very proud, then generally no one will like him or her. But if someone is very intelligent and at the same time down to earth and good to other people and not hurting others, not very proud, then people would appreciate that person's good qualities. That's how I think. Prabhu, what do you think?
No, in general, yes. We normally say he is so big guy, but he is very down to earth. Of course, the people start liking him. The Hitler was basically what happened is that he's a dictator. He had a pride, but he became a dictator, which people did not like it.
Yes, Prabhu.
So we, as I said, pride is not good in one way, but why did Krishna even give us a pride? this is another thing. That's the whole thing. We are in this material world anyway, because I want to enjoy independent of Krishna.
Yeah.
So that's why I said, okay, this is the world. You can have your pride, you have a false ego, you can do whatever you want. So this is kind of no restrictions, right?
Yes.
No restrictions. So that's in that way I am having there is nothing wrong having my pride in one way, because
Yes,
Krishna has given me that. But the only thing is we have to purify.
Yeah.
If you ask a person, see, we are coming to ISKCON, we are understanding all this and we understand the pastimes and whatnot. If you don't talk to the people, hey, you have a pride, man. Can you even say you have pride? No.
Prabhu.
Anyway, thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you. Any other question or comments? Otherwise, we can close. We can stop, Prabhu, then.
Yes, Mataji. Thank you.
Thank you,
Next.
Prabhu. Panchkalpatarubhyascha kripasinधुभ्यः विच पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमः। Vaishnav Vrinda ki jai.